Hey guys, and welcome to part 6. Right now, yeah, we're on the 6th shelf. This is a lot of shelves. Uh, I'm gonna do number 7 tonight too, and then I think I'll be done for the night. So moving on, we got Fright Night, the original. The remake is, uh, well, I don't know. It's not in the theater. To be fair, I've never seen the sequel to this. But I did buy the sequel for some odd fucking reason to the remake. I don't know why. I tried to watch it once. Evil Ed was in it. And I was like, that's not Evil Ed. Didn't like it much. Meh. This is one that came in a box of some kind with Carrie and the Howling, I think. But I got The Fog. I'm not as big a fan of this movie as other people. I honestly don't see what's so incredibly great about it. It's not a bad movie. It's just not the best movie. John Carpenter, I find, is a person that with me, I don't relate to his mind at all. I relate a lot more to David Lynch and Sam Raimi or Wes Craven than I do John Carpenter. I just never really... I haven't relate to Dario Argento's. I like dream-like stuff. Lynch and Argento are up there for me. Not necessarily for any real good reasons, I suppose. But anyway, the Funhouse Massacre. It was fun, I guess. It was okay. It's kind of low budget. It was alright. I don't know what to say about it. It's a movie that was made by Scream Factory, I guess, or put out by them. I don't know. The Gate 2. Don't have the Gate 1. I bought this, and oh boy. I bought it because the cover art's awesome, because the disc itself is kind of chipped up. But other than that, it's got rare cover art, I believe. It's rare Canadian cover art. So that's cool. I picked this up, The Ghoul. This is an old movie with... Oh yeah, Boris Karloff. Yeah, I don't know. I've never watched it. As you can tell, I don't watch many older movies very often. Next up, Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Dan Aykroyd came out here to, on his motorbike to promote our New Mute Dinosaur Museum. And I was kind of bummed I didn't go get that signed. But honestly, it's Dan Aykroyd. I was like, whatever. Fuck, where's my lighter? Bear with me, guys. I have lost an important object of my desire. Where the fuck did that go? Well, whatever. We'll move on. I won't have a cigarette yet. So, next up we got Ginger Snaps. Todd, I know you hate this movie, but I love it. It's purely Canadian for me. I love that it's a Canadian movie, but that's not why I love it. I love it mostly because it's different, and it is one of my favorite werewolf movies. I know it's probably on a lot of people's list for, that, but I know Todd just. I remember him pointing out how much he didn't like it. He thinks the girls are ugly, and all that. He went to quit a rant one time. I don't know, but honestly, I think Catherine Isabel's smoking hot, so that's just me. Of course, Ginger Snaps 2, not as good, but not bad. Ginger Snaps 3, I actually like it more than most people do, but it's probably a decline from the second one, I suppose. I don't know, I didn't mind it. It's weird, because I've heard it be called Ginger Snaps Back, and this says just the beginning, so I don't really know. This is one I never see on Disturbing Movies list very often. The Girl Next Door. This movie's fucked up and very, very traumatizing. Me and my dad watched it. Anybody that I've watched this with is like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, this is a hard one to watch, man. So anyway, then we got Gremlins. Gremlins, man. It's a classic. I haven't seen it much, honestly, in my life, but I have enjoyed it lots. I know it came out, I think it came out probably around the time I was born. Oh, no, before that, 84. I was born in 87, so I'm only 30. But yeah, no, It's a good movie. Definitely compared to the sequel, which I didn't care for as much. Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Meh. It was alright. I picked this up fairly cheap. The Grindhouse, Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino movies. Planet Terror being, I guess, better. I don't know. I haven't seen either one of them in a long time. Death Proof was boring as shit, though, in my opinion. The Haunted World of El Super Beasto. Rob Zombie cartoon. I wish it was better. I wish it was less gratuitous, actually. And I wish it was animated better. I think that they tried to go for the old school Ren and Stimpy style animation, but didn't quite pull it off. They did okay. It wasn't as funny either as I mean. It was funny in a very sleazy way, in a way that I didn't really find the humor in it necessarily, but I liked it though. The Haunting in Connecticut, it's loosely based on the true story, which I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't mind the movie. I find it to be pretty creepy. I've seen a documentary on it once. I can't remember what it was called, but it was better actually than the movie. It was a lot scarier. I find those documentaries. Remember Unsolved Mysteries, and like what was that show called? America's Most Wanted. Those shows really captured something more scary, I think, just based on the fact that it seemed more real, you know? Or like the UFO documentaries you used to see back in the 90s a lot. I mean, I know they still have them today, but I don't know. I just remember when I was a kid them really resonating with me. Anyway, moving on. We got Hatchet, which is, I guess at the time, now that I think about it a lot, I actually really do like this movie a lot. Hatchet had some very inventive kills in it, and I have to give Adam Green credit in that movie. However, we moved on to Hatchet 2, and I was like, hey, whatever, kind of sick of it. And then it was Hatchet 3, and by then I was like, who gives a shit? And I still haven't seen Victor Crowley. I don't know if I'm going to. I might, just to see it for some reason, but I don't know. The second two sequels really didn't hit it for me. I really liked his one about the monsters a lot more. The gallows, not the gallows. The dig or the dirt or something. I can't fucking remember what it's called. Well, I'm getting all sorts of movie titles fucking from the last like 5 years getting mashed up in my head. I can't think of what it's called right now. Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Fuck. I don't know if there's a better release than this. I think it might have just gotten a good release, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But this is the 20th anniversary special edition, so I probably bought this 10 years ago. 1990s and it was 2005. Yo, 13 years ago. Well, I probably bought it later than that, but I mean, yeah, I think it's hit its probably 35th or something now, because this is... But I mean, this is a good movie, man. Siskel and Ebert, I think, even liked that one. Next up, we got... This is one I liked, but I saw a lot of plot holes in. I liked it, though. It was alright. Me and my dad watched it one night. High Tension. Not a bad movie. You know, it's not as good as I think. It gets a lot of praise. Oh, here's great... I bought this a long time ago when it first came out, because I had to. Ho with a Shotgun. Canadian film with Rutger Hauer. It's got the cool ass fucking... Here's Ricky from Trailer Park Boys, if any of you guys are familiar with that show, which is, I would say, a Canadian staple. Everyone in Canada loves that show. It just is so fucking Canadian, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, you can't get more Canadian than Trailer Park Boys. And it's not because they smoke dope and drink, get fucked up, that the show is funny, or swear, which is what the guys who made the show seem to think they're getting famous for. That's why they made the movie SwearNet. They made a website called SwearNet, and it's got a bunch of swearing on it. I don't get it. Like, the reason the show works is because it's about a group of people that give a shit about each other. Like, you know, it's relatable. Yes, there's swearing, drugs, and drinking in it, and all that. It's, you know... It's more Newfoundland, Canada, you know, or Saskatchewan type people even. I'm from Saskatchewan, actually, so they remind me of people back home a lot. But yeah, No, I mean fucking blah. Trailer Park Boys. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check it out. Trailer Park Boys is a fucking awesome show. It's fucking great. Grandpa hates it, but whatever. Next up, we got I think the third movie I ordered on on eBay or on the internet anyway, and that's Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I was really trying to get all the really obscure shit when I first started collecting, which I still do. I'm kind of sick of buying all the shit that comes out recently, unless it's really, really good. Mother being one I'm gonna fucking get. Mother was awesome, and I don't know if there's a release of it, but the Ritual was okay. It was good. It was very tense, and the music was awesome. CGI monster. I kind of wish they would have went a little more, organic with the monster, but whatever. Next up, we got House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie. I'd like to say, I think I lied to myself a little the first time I watched this movie. I would love to say that I loved the movie, and now I love the movie, but when I first saw it, I was expecting a little bit more and to be a little more disturbed than I was. To me, it was just a rehash of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But when I heard of it, I heard so much controversy on the internet back in the fucking day when dial-up internet was still a thing. I heard so much controversy over this movie that I was expecting it to be just mind-blowingly dark, And on the contrary, in a lot of aspects, it was actually kind of lighthearted. Very dark in other aspects, but nowadays I love it, so I'm gonna quit bitching. But anyways, Devil's Rejects. Great follow-up. Definitely love this one more. Under initial release. Now, I love them both kind of equally in their own way, but this one definitely hit the nerve for me. This one disturbed me. It was actually the first time I watched a movie where there was a rape scene in it, I think, when I saw it, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I know, first movie that, I know, there's a million movies with rape scenes, but that was the first one I saw. What can you say? I was very sheltered at the time. And homeless. The House of the Devil. I think this movie gets a little too much praise. I love the direction in it. I love the cinematography. I love everything, the way it looks. I just don't think the story is very interesting, and I didn't think it ended very well. Okay, so now moving on, we got The Howling. One of my favorite werewolf movies. I don't have the Scream Factory edition, because just like zombies, I'm not huge into supernatural werewolf type stuff, but I do like this for what it is, and I got the lenticular cover as I've been showing off without thinking about it. Yeah, that's a cool one. And I got this one for The Howling 2. I never watched it actually, but I have double feature 2 of The Howling and The Howling 2. And then I got this, which I regret because I've heard a lot of terrible things. I just got it because it said The Howling on it, but it says Reborn. And this was made in, I'm going to guess, sometime really not that long ago. I don't know. I can't find the date on here, but I heard it sucks. And that sucks because the first one was awesome. Next up, we got The Human Centipede. I don't think I've watched this since I bought it. I've seen it. I have seen it. I don't know. It was okay. Kind of gratuitous, I would say. Quite gratuitous as a movie in general. I liked it. I think the second one, I don't have it right now. I don't have it, but I know the second one I found to be far more disturbing and far more effective, which I think was the point. I think they were trying to up it. And I haven't even seen the third one yet, so don't ask. Last one on the shelf for this one, another Horror Legacy one that I took the cover off of is Hellraiser 2. And you might be wondering why I don't have Hellraiser 1. Well, we'll talk about that some other time. But I do indeed have Hellraiser 1, and I do have it on Blu-ray. But we'll get to that. You already know where this is going, don't you? Anyway, guys, I'll let you go, and we'll move on to the final shelf of the night for me, shelf 7. And we'll be back.